Greetings, wayward fans. Thank you all for watching. My name is Kripke, and I will be your guide as we dive into another episode analysis video. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is the first Munster episode called Windigo. This, unfortunately, is the only time thus far to see a Windigo. The Winchesters find coordinates left by their father that leads them to Colorado to investigate missing campers that span decades, which have been blamed on grizzly bears. Have you heard of a Windigo before? If you're thinking they are descendants from Bigfoot, far from it. These creatures are very predatory, hungry for human flesh, and will stockpile you for later eating if needed. Let's continue and learn more about Gollum's tall, gangly cousin. Let the hunt begin. Certain Native American tribes believed that human beings could be turned into or possessed by the spirit of a Windigo if they engage in cannibalism. In Blackwater Ridge, Colorado, every 23 years, there are reports of people missing in the Lost Creek Trail since 1959. Most are blamed on grizzly attacks or unknown cause of injury. Some are never found at all. The mysteries were never solved until now. Sam and Dean follow the coordinates left by their father's journal and bring them to Blackwater to investigate the disappearance of several campers. The two brothers soon learn they are dealing with a Windigo, a creature of superhuman strength and speed and feasts on human flesh, the evil that devours. As they look for the missing campers, they discover a shredded campsite, claw marks on trees, and strange sounds. They are being hunted.
Check that out.
Oh, come on. Wendigos are in the Minnesota woods or northern Michigan. I've never even heard of one this far west.
The claws, the way it can mimic a human voice.
Great. Well, then this is useless.
The Windigo. They possess enhanced strength, speed, and are intelligent. They can imitate voices to lure their victims and are near-perfect hunters, especially at night, where they're most unstoppable. Windigos are considered immortal, like the vampires, and live on decades without aging, but they do have one simple weakness: fire. Another form of protection from these monsters are Anasazi symbols. You draw the symbols on the ground, in a circle, so they can't cross over, much like ghosts can't cross over salt. Super strength. They are incredibly strong. They can tear human limbs apart, snap necks, and carry multiple people at once across the ground or up trees. Superior senses. Windigos possess heightened senses, making them perfect hunters, allowing them to see perfectly in the dark, and enhanced hearing. Super speed. They possess extraordinary physical speed, which almost makes them look translucent during the day, and moving shadows at night. Voice mimicry. They also have a talent for imitating voices of humans to lure unexpected victims.
Help me!
Invulnerability. Windigos are invulnerable to bladed armaments, guns, and other forms of weapons. Their only weakness is fire.
And then how do we stop it?
Well, guns are useless, so are knives. Basically, we gotta torch the sucker.
Claws. A Wendigo's main weapon are their giant razor-sharp claws, which they use to hunt, attack, or climb.
Leave me this, though.
I think he wants us to pick up where he left off. You know, saving people, hunting things. The family business.
In case you run into a similar monster, this is how the Winchesters put him to rest. Roy's dead body falls from a tree, and the Windigo appears, causing everyone to scatter. Dean and Haley were taken by the Windigo and brought to his lair in an old mine tunnel. Sam and Ben follow a trail of peanut M&Ms that Dean leaves behind. They eventually find Dean, Haley, and Tommy hanging from the ceiling of an abandoned mine. Once everyone was free, it was time to escape and kill the Windigo.
Yeah, that's right. Bring it on, baby. That tastes good.
Dean tries to draw the Windigo away from the others, but follows Sam instead, cornering the group. Dean arrives just in time and fires his flare gun into the chest of the creature. It bursts into flames and dies. The terror of this flesh-eating monstrosity is over.
Man, I hate camping.
Me too.
This is the analysis and reveal, where I put the episode under a microscope for your entertainment and knowledge. Number 1. Jessica's tombstone shows her born on January 24th and her death on November 2nd. These two dates are actually hidden Easter eggs. January 24th is also the same date of Dean's birthday. November 2nd is the anniversary of when Mary Winchester died back in 1983. As a side note, you can also see Jessica's full name, which is Jessica Lee Moore.
Oh, God. I should have protected you.
Number 2.
Wendigo is a Cree Indian word. It means evil that devours.
They're hundreds of years old. Each one was once a man, sometimes an Indian, or other times a frontiersman or a miner or a hunter.
When discussing how Wendigos come about, Ben refers to the Donner Party. The Donner Party was a group of pioneers headed west in a wagon train to California in the winter of 1846. While crossing the Sierra Nevada mountains, they became trapped by a long, terrible blizzard and stranded them for 4 months and had to resort to cannibalism to survive.
How's a man turn into one of those things?
During some harsh winter, guy finds himself starving, becomes a cannibal to survive, eating other members of his tribe or camp.
Like the Donner Party.
Number 3. One of the candles on Jessica's grave has the word Virgin de Guadalupe on it. This is based on an apparition of a brown-skinned Virgin Mary who appeared to future Saint Juan Diego in 1531 and spoke in Nahuatl, the local language. She is also sometimes believed to be the woman of the apocalypse. The presence of this candle implies that Jessica could be a Roman Catholic. Number 4. Supernatural Fresh Meat is a tie-in novel that reveals a previously unseen adventure by the Winchester brothers that takes place during season 7 of the TV show, where they hunt down another Windigo. Number 5. The coordinates left by their father actually meets in Arizona in an area south of Highway 264. They say this episode takes place in an area around Grand Junction, but the problem is that geography of the area is all desert, not full of trees like they implied.
It's weird, man. These coordinates he left us, this Blackwater Ridge,
Yeah, what about it?
there's nothing there. It's just woods.
On to cultural references. Number 1. The book that Tommy is reading in the tent is called The Hero with a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell. In this book, Campbell's unique perspectives examine the world's complex and interwoven mythology, folklore, and religion, providing an understanding of the essence and genesis of humanity.
Brad! Gary, what's going on?
Number 2. This is Alden Ehrenreich's first role, who plays Ben Collins. He also starred in a recent movie called Solo, a Star Wars story, where he starred as the young Han Solo. Number 3. Callum Keith Renee, who played the hunter Roy, and Donnelly Rhodes, who played Shaw, both starred together in the Battlestar Galactica 2004 series. Number 4.
What kind of furry critters do you hunt?
Mostly buck, sometimes bear.
Tell me, Bambi or Yogi ever hunt you back?
Dean is referring to the cartoon characters of Bambi, which is a Disney classic movie back in 1942, and Yogi Bear, which was part of the show Hanna-Barbera's The Huckleberry Hound Show back in 1958. Number 5. This is a reference to the grim fairy tale Hansel and Gretel, in which children leave a trail of breadcrumbs through the forest so they can find their way home.
It's better than breadcrumbs.
Number 6. In Sam's nightmare, the visual of the hand coming up out of Jessica's grave and grabbing his wrist might be a reference to the movie Carrie back in 1976, based on the novel by Stephen King. Number 7. When the Wendigo moves around in the daylight, it moves so fast that it appears translucent, a very similar ability that the Predator used in the 1987 movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The difference between the two creatures' abilities: one is natural, where the other is technology. Number 8. Corey Monolith, who plays Gary in this episode, also played the character of Finn in the TV show Glee for 88 episodes. Unfortunately passed away on July 13th, 2013.
What do you mean I didn't pack provisions?
On to continuity errors. And now for some fun. I'm going to show you a very short clip from an episode, and let's see if you can find the error. Pause the video if you need to for more time. Number 1.
Hey Haley, day 6. We're still out near Blackwater Ridge. We're fine, keeping safe. So don't worry. Talk to you tomorrow. Hey Haley, day 6. We're still out near Blackwater Ridge. We're fine, keeping safe. So don't worry, okay? Talk to you tomorrow.
In the beginning, Tommy makes a video message for his sister Haley, and then emails it. When she plays it back for Sam and Dean, the message is slightly different. See if you can find the difference before I reveal it at the end. The difference in the recording is, he adds okay in the playback. Number 2.
I'm driving.
Dean tosses Sam the keys, and they drive away with Sam at the wheel. In the final shot of them driving down the road, you can clearly see Sam back in the passenger seat again. Now this could be because when they left it was night, and they changed seats during the day, but who knows. On to goofs. And now for some fun. Just like with continuity errors, I'm going to show you a very short clip from the episode, and let's see if you can find the error. Pause the video if you need to for more time. Number 1.
I'm Dean, this is Sam. We're rangers with the Park Service.
Let me see some ID.
There you go.
When Dean introduces the brothers to Haley, he says, "My name is Dean, this is Sam," but when he shows his ranger ID to Haley, it shows Samuel Cole. Now let's tally up the total kills done by this tall, gangly cousin of Gollum. From 1936 to 1982, there were a minimum of at least 11 documented deaths or missing reports. The real amount is probably frightening to imagine. In 2005, there was a documented death of 2 campers when the Windigo came out of hibernation this year. When it attacked Tommy's campsite, Brad was the first to be killed, then Gary, back at Windigo's lair. Roy was the last to be killed by getting his neck snapped. This brings the total kills to at least 16. This cannibalistic creature will never chomp on fresh meat again. If anyone would like to know more about the myth and folklore of the Windigo, please check out the links in the description below. If anyone has an interest in real paranormal investigating, or simply have a story, video, or photo you'd like to share, reach out to Thomas D'Agostino, public speaker, author of 12 books, and over 38 years of paranormal investigating. He is always looking for new stories and experiences to share. You can find his contact info in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe to become a member of Kripke's Supernatural Hunters. And don't forget to click the bell so you'll be notified of any new videos. I'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to leave me a comment or any questions you may have below. Thank you so much for watching, Wayward fans, and as always, carry on the hunt.